Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for December 9th. We're going to take a look at the US-Japanese yen pair first. We have a range of 93.48 on the high side. On the lower side, which we've already hit, it's at 92.12. Now look for some resistance to come into this around 92.50. We're about 25 pips from that, and look for some support to come in around 91.90 for this particular pair. This pair closed down for today's session. It is basically moving sideways. We need to get a close below this session's low or break above this session's high, a close above that for a real direction to be determined. But for now, we don't have one. Those could be potential good places for looking for breakout, especially if we continue to consolidate over the next session or two. Now let's switch over and look at the Euro USD pair. This particular pair looking for a range of 129.27, which is pretty much where it started, and at 126.72. What may be a little more realistic as far as our range and support and resistance would be 1.3000 on the resistance, and support look for 128.76 for this particular pair. It is moving sideways as well. It did close down large range today to end up where it is, but this particular pair is moving sideways at this time. Now looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair I'm looking to move between 148.82 on the high side, on the lower side 145.87. Now look for some resistance around 149.15 and support around 146.72. This pair also is just pretty much moving sideways for the most part. Had to get a close below this low or a close above this high to really see this pair break in any direction. And if you zoom out, you can even see that's kind of a pretty tight range overall. You probably have to see a break or a close below this low and this high to really get a direction. Markets are pretty much just moving sideways for the most part. Great time to trade a counter trend system if you have one. Went the wrong way there. Okay, now we're looking at the US Swiss. I'm expecting this pair to move as high as 1.2211 and on the lower side 119.69. Look for some resistance to come in this market around 1.2094 and look for support to come in around 12000. Well, that about does it for the charts. This pair is moving sideways. If you can't tell by looking at it, it's definitely moving sideways. We had a decent trend up there for a while, but now we're just pretty much moving sideways and consolidating down. We should see a breakout come in the next several sessions if this consolidation continues to occur, because it can't consolidate forever. Now let's switch over to the US Canadian dollar real quick. Let me zoom in. I have we had a inside bar created during today's session. The bar before it is actually, I know the highs look really close, and they are, but it did form an inside bar. So what we've done is set up a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. The green line will be our buy line here. We'll be buying. This would be our exit, and this is our stop loss. Now on the downside, if the market decides to go the other direction, we have a short, 1 pip below this session's low. We have a stop loss, and we have an exit for that particular trade. So we have, no matter which way this market moves, as long as it breaks out in one direction or the other from the inside bar, we are going to hopefully make a profit. Now, we do have another inside bar in the New Zealand US dollar pair. This particular pair formed an inside bar as well, as you can see during today's session. And we have a buy order 1 pip above this session's high, and we have a stop loss, a 1-to-1 1-to-1 risk to reward stop loss. So we have a buy order and then we have an exit. This particular exit is at 0.5486, and our stop loss will be at the same distance from our buy-in to our short, or to our exit. Just flip it to the downside. Now we do have a short that we're looking for at 5.316, and we are looking to exit that at 0.5250. And as you can see, we have a stop loss that is also a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. This would be a 66 pip profit before the spread, and this one would be a 39 pip profit. So got two trades that we're looking for. Hopefully those will hit and we will make a profit on that. And we'll come back to that tomorrow just to check and see what happened. Now today the Canadian dollar had their rate decision. They lowered it from 2.25% down to 1.5%, and that did not it will not help the Canadian dollar long term, at least historically. Now, like I said yesterday, with all the rates being lowered, I don't know how much of an effect it will really have. As far as looking ahead to tomorrow, or the news announcements are really thin. There's no real news announcement that I would consider worthy of noting at this point. I know there are some that are going to be released, and you're welcome to go to our calendar and check those out. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no significant ones. So until tomorrow, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.